Slovenia is the country where the war started, but it lasted only for 7 days, and they almost haven't had any damages. But Croatia was suffering a lot between 1991 and 1995. So it was really very tough period of time, and especially this area where the border was between Serbia and Montenegro. At that time it was all Yugoslavia. This area was attacked by many sides. No one ever has believed that Dubrovnik could be attacked. It was like a normal question, who could destroy the city that comes from the 7th century, because the first documents talk about the 7th century, and many buildings in the old city are still from the 12th century. Dubrovnik looks like normal city again. Everything is repaired. You can hardly see any more destruction. Hotels are functioning. Croatia went through 3 different wars during the 20th century. And even in the 9th century, one of the dukes, Duke Branimir, signed an agreement with Vatican where he said that Croatia as a country will never attack any other countries, but it will just defend itself. And it was really like that. Croatian soldiers never left the country in order to go to war somewhere else to conquer another country, but they were constantly protecting themselves, fighting against somebody. And I believe there is no wonder why so many wanted to have Croatia, because it is really beautiful, beautiful country. It is still so much undiscovered, I would say. The language we speak here is Croatian language. Although many people study foreign languages in schools, they get some education. So many speak Italian or German or English. So people who live here are mostly Catholics, 90% Catholics, and many of them do practice their faith. They are not just, believers to declare themselves as believers, but they really practice the faith. The faith, their religion, was many times the reason why they were attacked, why they had hard time with many. The worst time, I would say, for Croatia was the period of the communism, when they tried to take everything away from Croatia, send everything to Belgrade. But now this is the time when Croatia enjoys its freedom. On your left hand side is the Dubrovnik city, beautiful city surrounded by the city walls. They are 2 kilometers long. Everything started in the 7th century when the refugees from Narona and Epidaurus built their little settlements in this area. So one of the tribes lived on the cliff, the other lived on the continent. They decided to start working and living together, and they fulfilled the channel between the cliff and the continent, and the channel became the main street of the old city of Dubrovnik. The street was called Stradun. So even today, if you want to see and if you want to be seen, you have to walk down Stradun Street. The only time when Dubrovnik lost its freedom was the time of Napoleon, when Napoleon was on his crusade on the Adriatic, and he asked the permission to enter with his soldiers so that they may take the fresh water. So Dubrovnik government opened the gate of the city so that the soldiers may come and have overnight in the city, as they were, very generous, I would say. But Napoleon was, he used the trick, he entered the city, and without any weapon he conquered the city. So Napoleon is the only one who defeated the Republic of Dubrovnik. There is a story that says that Saint Blaise appeared in a dream to Father Stoico and warned him that Dubrovnik might be attacked in 2 days. So he said to Father Stoico to prepare the people, and Father Stoico really organized everybody. So in 2 days they got attacked by Byzant, but they were able to protect themselves. So from that time until today, St. Blaise is the greatest saint and the patron saint of Dubrovnik. So what do you say? Impressive, isn't it?
What is this on the right? This is the wall.
These are the fortress. These are the walls around the city, and here is a cable car that takes up, you see, and there is a beautiful panoramic view from the top of the hill. And here on the left we go to the Hotel Excelsior. To the right is the old city. You see, and there are many churches here. Even from the 16th century, St. Blaise Church is still there with a golden statue of St. Blaise. There are many cruisers every day in Dubrovnik. We saw one this morning on the other side, in the other port. And you will see the statue of St. Blaise, one of 30 statues that you can find in the city on the walls of Dubrovnik. This is still the old part. Wherever the walls are, it's the old part. So this is Hotel Grand Imperial Hotel. So it's still part of the old city. But now you will see, in a few minutes, you will see a different already culture and buildings from the new period. But those in the old city, one cannot repair without the permission of the state. Nothing could be done without instructions. Everything has to be preserved to look the way it was in the 15th, 16th century. So most of the houses in the old city are 500 years old, and they're still in use. There are 5,000 people living there, and the best business in Dubrovnik is the real estate, because many of these old buildings are also sold, and it's a real attraction to have a flat or the house here in Dubrovnik. So many celebrities buy their houses, their villas in this area.